In an earlier video, I talked about some charging stations that were put up in Washington, mostly in rural areas. These were AC charging stations. They would charge up to 80 amps. Good luck if finding a car that'll do that. But they're always free. So these are in Washington State. I don't know if they're in any place else. They're HAL2 chargers. It's called a HAL2 charger. All that means is high amperage charger. So I decided, once I found out where they were, I decided to take a little trip to this little town about 110 or 12 miles down and back again. And at that town there is a charger at a gas station. And well, I'll go ahead and charge there. And there's another one on the way back. I'll probably stop at it too, just because. Now the range, you know, this is early summer. These things are probably at their best right now. It's a Chevy Bolt, so it's got supposedly 238 miles, which is more like 220 on the highway. But the idea here was just to go down and check these things out and see what they do, see if they work, and so on. Because I've had some experience with DC chargers, and God, a lot of them are broke. You know, it's really complicated. DC charging is very complicated. And it seems like probably a third to almost a half of the DC chargers I've come on to were not working for whatever reason. Well, I'll tell you, these chargers, these HAL2 chargers, they worked every time. There's nothing there. It uses the onboard charger of your car. So it puts 240 volts into it, and whatever amperage the charger in the car will accept. Well, okay, that's fine. I wanted to see how they worked. So I took off on this little trip, got down to Coulee City, that was the little town, and I charged on this thing for about a half hour. Because it's a Chevy Bolt, the highest charging available on AC, because it uses an onboard charger, is 7.5 kW. So that's what I got. Now I looked at the breakers on these chargers. They're 100 amp breakers, so yeah, they will deliver 80 amps. But of course, the car won't use it. The Teslas, I don't know about all the Teslas, but a lot of the Teslas will use about 50. And so they have a larger onboard charger, and it's quite a bit faster. This is, you know, 25 miles an hour for charging. So if you're charging at a higher rate, the 7.5 kW is about 30 amps, and some of the Teslas would do about 50, so they're, you know, a third better or something. Anyway, that's what they'll do. And I thought it was kind of neat because there's no DC chargers in these little towns. There's nothing like that. But there are these, and these are free. They don't charge anything. It doesn't cost them much either. You have to admit that. You know, if you're, you know, Chevy Bolt is one of the most common electric cars that has the kind of range that you could do this with. And I think I charged twice and I used $2, or I used $1, actually 90 cents. So yeah, it doesn't cost them much, and it's free to me. So I used something like 56 kW, 231 miles, ended up with 30 miles left on the clock on the car. So do these things work? Yeah. I wish the charger on the Bolt was bigger. They could accept higher amperage. But you're not going to get everything, I guess, so that's the way it's going to be. You're going to be stuck with DC chargers if you want to move very fast. I did get there and back without any real problem. I might have been able to make it without charging, but it would have been really electrical fumes coming back, and I really don't want to do that. Interesting things, one of the stops is at a museum. The museum is closed, but it's like a farm museum. And I'll show you a couple of pictures of a really cool tractor. So anyway, yeah, these things are viable. They're free for the owner to use, and I guess it would be good if you're making a trip up someplace that's 100 and some miles out, and you got the same coming back. You might be able to make an electric car now. You may have to spend an hour or so charging when you get there, but anyway, that's it on that one.